Hello and welcome to today's Kit Monster demonstration. Our item for today is this Mark 4 survival kit, sometimes referred to as a Fast Jet survival kit because it's an aircrew item. It's available to other users, including those forward operating who may need to escape and evade or go on the run or survive until picked up. The examples that we have in stock come to us sealed in a snap seal bag with NATO stock number barcode label on the outside and the expiry date. Some of the items in here are subject to an expiry. So looking at the kit in whole, it comes in a fabric bag, hook and loop closure, lanyard retention point here, and it's in 3 parts. And read off to you the contents on here. This is part A, and it contains a life container, 2 unlubricated condoms for water carriage, 2 tampons, which is a fire lighting item, gives you compressed cotton wool, 20 water purifying tablets, a flint and striker, a fire making block, which will be a solid fuel block, 2 needles and cotton wool. And there's a disclaimer on here: tampon for use as tinder, not for personal use. Condoms to be used as water carriers, not for personal use. This is a foil blanket, and that's been vacuum sealed. There's a useful rubber band around that as well. The last package is part B, containing a sleeping bag, nylon cord, compass, candle, 4 suspender clips, fishing kit, snare wire, wire saw, razor blade and elastic band, and an instruction leaflet. So looking at the contents of each part, this is part A. This is vacuum sealed. There's already a tear put into there to make it easier for the user to get this open. You tear that open, and inside we have tobacco type tin. List of the contents on the outside of this as there is on the outside of the package. This is tape sealed. Remove the tape. Inside, seal on the inside of the lid. This inside of the lid here could potentially be used as signal mirror as well, although aircrew are issued a heliograph as a separate item. Inside, 2 condoms or probe covers. These are for water carriage. To carry water in a condom, it's better to put that condom inside a sock. It protects the outside, reduces the chance for damage and makes it easier to handle. Think about carrying a water balloon over any distance, you're more likely to burst it or drop it, but inside a socket makes it easier to carry. We have water purifying tablets, and these are one of the items that has an expiry date for this kit. Solid fuel blocks, these can be used, they'll be broken up into 4, you can scrape them into a powder, makes them more effective at fire lighting or burn longer to get other items going. Piece of cotton wool packed in to take up the extra space, gives you another point of tinder. This takes very easily from a spark. Tampons as compressed cotton wool for use as tinder, and the RF type flint striker. So this is a flint type rod. It's not actually made of flint, but it brings a spark when run with this hacksaw blade. These hacksaw blades are very effective at producing a lot of sparks, and more effective than some of the strikers that you see on larger fire steels. And there's a cord there to keep the 2 items together. The tin itself could be used as a boiling vessel to heat water. Looking now at part B, again vacuum sealed, the tear point here. Inside this we have rubber band, cutting blade, nylon cord for shelter building, some fish hooks, weights, line and lures, plastic sheeting, which is a compressed plastic bag for use as a sleeping bag. This can also be used to build a shelter, while these suspension clips are held in here or contained in here, because these can be fitted to this plastic sheet and cord attached to these loops without tearing through. Additional cord here Small compass, this cord is most likely lanyard for compass. Small tea light. With a candle, that provides you with heat, it provides you with light. You could heat water in the tin from the fire set over this candle. One match to light a candle, and it's going to give you light, a little bit of heat inside the shelter, and you can light other things from that one match once that candle has been lit. There are a total of 4 suspension points to use with the plastic sheet if required, and classic commando wire saw with the finger or wrist loops. And no, that's wrong. Even my skinny little wrist wouldn't fit through those loops, so they are just a finger loop. It's also possible, I've seen these fitted over a flexible branch to make an improvised bow saw or hacksaw type saw, rather than using these just on the finger loops. The point on these wire saws, they were actually originally designed and produced for use as a bone saw in limb amputation in medical practice. Also contained in here, snare wire and some instructions for the contents of the kit. Part C is a compressed survival blanket, hypothermia blanket, space blanket, whichever terminology you want to use. Again, with a useful rubber band around it. We don't need to tear this one open, as we have one here from a surplus source. As you can see from this, it's green on one side and then silver on the other. The silver side is there to reflect heat, reflect body heat back. You can also use this as an aid to signalling. A strobe or a siloon, particularly a strobe, placed on top of a silver blanket, it magnifies the light output and makes it visible to a greater distance. Green on one side, because people issued with these in using this kit may well be evading and they may need to remain tactical, in which case a silver blanket is not going to be a good idea for them. So a green outer for camouflage and then a silver inner to reflect the heat. Care should be taken with these because they are flammable. So looking now at the kit in its entirety, the Mark IV Aircrew Survival Kit contains the following. Part A is contained inside this tin, which can be used as a vessel to heat water. And this has the fire lighting and water purification, water collection elements inside it. So the Part A contains in the tin the spark striker, needles, cotton wool as tinder, solid fuel blocks, compressed tinder in the form of tampons, and the probe covers or unlubricated condoms for water carriage. As I mentioned earlier, these work best if put inside a sock or similar container to make them easier to handle. And we have water purification tablets here. Each strip of these contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so 10 tablets, each one to do 1 litre of water. Part B works on shelter, and this includes the plastic, polythene, clear plastic sleeping bag, which could also be used as shelter sheet, with these suspension clips here to allow it to be used as a shelter sheet. Nylon cordage to aid in shelter building. Candle to supplement the fire kit. Wire for making snares. A single edge cutting blade, very fine razor blade. A small compass with a lanyard. A small selection of fishing hooks with lures, line and weights. And printed instructions. Part C is the foil blanket with the olive green cover to make it tactical for those evading capture, and that comes out of the kit vacuum sealed as so. In addition to those points, there's a rubber band inside here, and I missed in this layout the rubber bands that come in Part B. This kit covers the majority of the needs for the 4 principles of survival, being protection, location, water and food. This is the Mark IV Fast Jet Survival Kit.